Beautiful people, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining the channel today. Guys, if you are new here, do not forget to subscribe and support the movement, and make sure you turn on the notification bell, because only this bell is going to notify you that I have a new video on YouTube whenever I post the video. Thank you so much and welcome to our channel. Today, I'm going to talk about the application, the documents, the advantages, the requirements, and the tuition fee to study in Sweden. Oh yes, if you do not know, Sweden is one of the countries in Europe, like the best country when it concerns immigration. Why did I say it is the best? One, because you can migrate to Sweden with your family. Move to Sweden with your family. Then another advantage with Sweden is that you can do this application yourself. It is not that difficult. Okay, then you can equally study in Sweden without IELTS. It all depends on what you are looking for and which school you are choosing. Remember, in Sweden, you are going to pay one application fee and you are going to do 4, 5, or 6 different applications. Okay, then you also have the chance to rank your courses according to which one you prefer to come first. In case they want to do selection, the admissions team, which is universityadmissions.se, they would then select the course. Now remember, there is a central platform put in place by the Swedish government where every international student go there to do the application. You go there, you create an account, you upload your documents, you choose your programs, you check the deadline. As I speak to you right now, Sweden is open and accepting application, and the deadline is in January. So if you want to start studies next year, September 2024, make sure you apply before January to study in Sweden. I will talk about documents, I will talk about application, a whole lot, and visa and proof of funds. So do not worry. Just stay connected and keep watching. Now, also remember that if you want to migrate to Sweden, there is something very important you should consider: tuition fee. Schools in Sweden do not charge the same tuition fee. So if you must study in Sweden, you just need to go through the school website, then you look at how much they are charging. Before I even proceed with the information about the schools, please remember that when you go to universityadmission.se, which is the website you are going to do the application on, get your own portal, then upload your documents. You are going to see all those things, at least we can read. Now, when you create your portal, take a look at the courses. You are going to realize that most of those courses on universityadmissions.se, they do have 7.5 ECTS credit unit. You are going to find courses with 30 ECTS credit unit, 15 ECTS credit unit. Then you are equally going to find courses with 60 ECTS credit units. Then you will find courses with 90 ECTS, 120. Now, among all these courses, those that have 7.5, 15, and 30 are not up to a year program. That is to say, courses that are 30 ECTS credit unit last for just 6 months. Those that are 7.5 and of course 15 credits are just courses for 3 months, and you cannot study them as an international student or even possibly get a visa to migrate to Sweden. I hope you understand. So the courses you as an international student should select should have at least 90 ECTS, that's 1 year, 120, 1.5 year, and at least 180, 2 years upwards. You understand? Because if you do not choose such courses, you may not get a visa, and even if you get a visa and get to Sweden, it will be very difficult for you to apply for insurance, which is going to permit you work and do a lot of other things. So put this into consideration. However, remember, there are 2 websites, one for application and one for visa application. Now, for you to apply for a program, you need universityadmissions.se. But for you to apply for visa, you need migrationsvacate.se. I would equally link all of them in the video description box so that you can verify. International students can work in Sweden for at least 20 hours a week. So you can consider these options. And again, remember, cost of living is not that cheap, so you should be prepared for everything that you need. Now, let's take a look at some of the documents that you need. If you are applying for bachelor's programs as an international student, of course, you are going to need what is called your WAEC certificate. And again, alongside the WAEC, you need your NECO. If you are using the NECO, remember they might ask for your scratch card. These are very important stuff you need to put into consideration. Now, if you have the scratch card, make sure that as soon as you apply, you throw the scratch card away so that somebody doesn't tamper with it. Then you also need your O levels and your A levels if you are from Cameroon. If you have the French exam or the French certificate or the baccalaureate examination, then try to convert it or translate it to English. It's very important and will help you a lot. Now, we are done with those people or with people. If you are coming from Ghana and other countries where what is used is called the WASI, you can equally use it. But remember, the higher your grades, the better for you. So you should try to score higher if you are still preparing to apply. But as of now, admissions is open against September 2024. So if you haven't applied, make sure you do your application now. For those who are going for master's degree programs or who are applying for master's studies, you need your transcripts. Very important. And remember, these transcripts are not going to come from you. Your school is the one to send these transcripts to University Admissions Board. And this board is not the people in charge. The University Admissions Board is going to send an email and a verification something. Then your university now is going to send your transcript to them. You are not the one sending, but your university. Very important. Put this into consideration. Then after they send your transcript, you can now upload all the other documents. Remember, you need a CV as well. A CV is required, and if you are going as a couple, you will need definitely your marriage certificate. This is in the visa stage, not now. So put this into consideration. Then you equally need a copy of your motivation letter. Motivation letter is very important during the application because some schools will ask you to upload this document. You understand? So you need to have it. Very, very important. So put this into consideration before the application. A motivation letter will help you explain to the school what is needed and what you can do. In certain cases or in very few cases, you can have orders requesting for recommendation letters. This is in the case when you're applying for master's or PhD. Like I said, during the application process on universityadmissions.se, you are going to find all the courses and their tuition deposit. Before you select a course, make sure that you can pay the tuition deposit because you have to pay this money before visa application. This is very important. Now, what are some of the advantages that you are going to encounter when you want to study in Sweden as an international student? The fact is that Sweden is a member of the Schengen zone and also a member of the European Union. Therefore, the visa you are going to get is going to permit you move in and out of all these countries. So you can basically be moving in between 26 countries or more for free with just a student visa to Sweden. I hope you understand. Then when you finish your program, they will also give you, Sweden will also grant you what is called a post-study work permit, where Canada gives you 1 year and 3 years depending on the duration of the program you studied. Sweden will also give you time. All right, so you have to put all this into consideration. It's so important. Then remember, you can relocate with family like I explained to you before, and this is very important. So please note all of this and put them into consideration. Now, for tuition fee, looking at Canada, looking at Australia, looking at the UK, looking at USA, Sweden is almost very expensive too, but I think it's quite affordable compared to schools in Australia and the UK. Instead of paying £19,000 in the UK, why not just go to Sweden and pay maybe 4 million or 5 million per program? Yeah, but again, it's still very expensive. So if you think that it's expensive and you cannot pay, why not just go elsewhere where you can study? But I would recommend you go to Sweden because of course it is going to be very easy for you to stabilize, or maybe you can face a lot of difficulties at the beginning, but of course you are going to be good. These are some of the things you need to note about Sweden. And now let's take a look at some of the programs. If you are looking for universities, they have the University of Uppsala, Omea University, the University of Stockholm, and a whole lot of other schools in the city of Stockholm and Uppsala. So you just need to check and decide on which one you want to engage in or enroll in. Now, after you've applied, it's going to take some time. Remember, there is an application fee of 900 Swedish krona where you have to pay to universityadmissions.se. Now, after you're done with the application, it's going to take some months. For those who are applying now for September 2024 intake, deadline is going to be January 18. Am I correct? Then results will be released around April. Remember, bachelor students will get their results first, then followed by masters. It's not usually the same time. And when you apply to Sweden, put an eye on your application because they might be sending emails to you telling you one or two things to do. Again, after the admissions is out, you can now apply for visa, and this is what you need to do. Visa application, please remember, your family cannot sponsor you. Take note, a company cannot sponsor you except this company is registered. Take note. Now, if they want to sponsor you, let them give you the money to put in your own personal bank account. Then you then proceed with the visa application. And if you are putting this money in your bank account, make sure that you can actually prove that the bank account belongs to you, and it must be at least 6 months old before you print the statement. Then you submit for visa application. Make sure that this account carries your names the way they appear on your passport and your official documents, because it's very important. Now, how much do you need to be in this account? Though your family cannot sponsor you, companies cannot sponsor you, what do you need to do? If you check the migrationvacate.se website, you are going to see all these things I am talking about here. So please check them out, then you put them into consideration, and always remember that you can migrate to Sweden with your spouse. Now, if you are moving to Sweden as one individual, according to the Swedish immigration, you need to have 9,450 Swedish krona, and this money is money you need for 1 month. Now, remember, you're going to be showing to the officials that you have money for 12 months. So you need to multiply this money by 12. And if you multiply the money by 12, convert to USD or euros or CFA francs, Cameroon money, you are going to see that it's around 6,676,278 CFA francs. That's closer to like 7 million. Now, that is for you alone who is going to Sweden. Remember, this money will be in your account after you've paid that tuition deposit. This is very essential. Now, that's for you. If you are moving with your spouse needs to show that she has 3,937.5 Swedish krona times 12. Remember, this money is for 1 month, so you need to multiply by 12 to make it 1 year, because she has to be applying for a dependent visa for 1 year. Now, if you multiply that, you are going to see that in CFA francs, Cameroon money, it's around 2,781,428. That is the money. Please always convert the money from Swedish krona to your own currency. Then you multiply by 12. It depends now on you. Then, if you are going to travel, then when you calculate for your spouse, you now add to your own 6,676,000. You add that of your wife to your own. Then, if you have a child, you are going to be moving with a child, you equally multiply one child according to Swedish official, or a child, or one son or daughter. It's equivalent to 2,362 Swedish krona. Then you multiply by 12. If you multiply, you are going to get 1,668,000. Then you sum them together. This money must be in your account, and everything must be proven beyond reasonable doubt. So this is how the process of studying in Finland, in Sweden is. And remember, Finland and Sweden, they are almost the same. They are like neighbors, but their proof of funds, their methods, and everything is not the same. Educational institutions and the way they are structured are not the same. So make sure you always focus on Sweden and do not compare with another country, except that you want to go somewhere else. But pay attention, listen to this video very well, and take a look at everything I said, because it's going to help you a lot. I hope this video will help you. Please do not forget that when you are applying to Sweden, you should also look at the scholarship options. The big application, which is this January application I'm currently talking about, have a scholarship option you could consider. If you take a look at the school universityadmissions.se website, you are going to see the Swedish Institute scholarship you could apply for. This is a fully funded scholarship opportunity in Sweden. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but I'm going to come very soon with some of the details that you need to know, and from there you are going to understand. Please apply and make sure you submit all required documents, because you never can tell. Before you know, you might be an awardee of this Swedish Institute scholarship, but you must put in the work. I hope this helps you. Till we meet again in another video. Bye bye.